What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus. Today on the left side here, we have Dragonlink Fiendsmith. This is a deck operated by Max. He created the deck himself. On the right side here, we are playing Memento. This is going to be in the semifinals of a locals match. We are going first, but we are just passing turn here. We are the Memento player on the right. So Dragonlink's going to have a chance to, draw an additional card and have a battle phase this turn. The game could quite literally be over. Now, if I do recall, I opened up Talents, Imperm, Veiler, and I believe Ash Blossom as well. But we're going to be seeing a normal summon of a black metal going into a striker dragon, only activating the effect of the black metal here. So kind of maybe revealing that we do not play any of the striker cards or the rocket cards here, just wanting a way to link away that black metal. We're going to be ashing that copy of the black metal, and then we're going to be seeing a Fiendsmith track and be activating its effect, searching for a copy of the Lurie, discarding the Lurie, which could summon itself out. And this Fiendsmith up is a crazy engine that's able to do so much just on itself that, playing it with some other cards like Dragonlink is actually kind of crazy when you think about it. Being able to play Lubellion with Track or even Lubellion and Engraver is just pretty nice. We're going to see them go for the Moon, which can then go into a Requiem, which can then activate the effect going up into the copy of the Fiendsmith. Now, it's interesting that we did see them go up into that copy of the Moon there. Now, not only just needing it so that it is a Link 2 or a Light Fiend in the graveyard, the seeing to remove that copy of the Striker Dragon pointing to the left. So we're going to see them go up into a copy of Caesar here with the Necro equip. And then we're going to go for the Banishing of the Moon for the Black Collapse Serpent, which can then activate its effects to search later on the turn. We also have a copy of Druid's Realm to send the copy of the Black Metal to summon itself out. But we don't have any other link to go up into it at Link 1. So we're just going to go Battle Phase Attack for 25, 23, and then, of course, the 17, I believe, off of the Collapse Serpent. We are still alive here, which is quite nice. And then we're going to go up into a copy of Seals. And we're going to be able to search for a White Dragon here in the end phase. We're also going to be having the effect of Seals to bounce a card on our opponent's side of the field to go for a Magnet, which can search for another card, which is going to facilitate the OTK for the next turn. So we are going to go just into the main phase. We're going to go Veiler on the copy of, Imperm on the Caesar here, negating that completely. That would be normally a copy of Darkblade, and they're going to be able to bounce this, which is going to be a lot of the time going to be problematic and just able to stop the turn for us. But I believe we can kind of play through this here. Let's search for or summon out a Magnemut, which can then search for the end phase. We do have the talent to draw 2 more cards here, and I believe we draw into a fusion spell. We can activate the fusion spell, which can let us play through this by using Darkblade, as well as, I don't know what the other card in hand is. It might be a Sleepy. But we're going to be seeing 2 Darkblades and another card to go up into the copy of the big guy here. And then we're going to be seeing the big guy send the copy of the Sleepy as well as the copy of the Gotek. Gotek then we will bring itself out, adding back the copy of Sleepy here. We're then going to be able to banish the field spell, or we're going to be banishing the fusion to search for the field spell here. We also saw on the fusion summon that it did detach the Engraver off the copy of Caesar. This so that they can get follow-up during the next turn, even though it is still negated. We're going to play the field spell here, and we are going to activate the effect of Sleepy to summon itself out, activating the effect of Fuse using itself and the Gotek to go up into a Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon then activates effects destroying itself to summon or search for 2 cards here, searching for a copy of Horn Dragon as well as the copy of probably the big guy if we don't already have it. So yeah, for the combined creation, we do have an OTK line here if they don't have any other interaction. They don't have a Bestial. We are just going to be able to kill here. It was a Goblin, okay. So here we're going to be seeing the effect of the Mementolian City as well as the Twin Dragon, summoning out the copy of Sleepy as well as the copy of Goblin. We're going to special summon out the copy of the Horn Dragon here because we do control 3 in the graveyard. And then we're going to activate the field spell or the fusion spell here, destroying a copy of the Horn Dragon, which can then search us for either a Bone Party or the trap. We're going to search for a bone party here because the game should be over. And then we're going to be seeing the Horn Dragon destroy the copy of the Sleepy, as well as the 2 cards they control. Sleepy can activate sending the Trap card, which can be able to reset itself during the end phase with the copy of the field spell here. And we can have the Memento City to summon itself out by returning the 5, because we do control 5 here. Or have 5 in the graveyard. And then we are just going to be able to go into battle phase and attack for game. And that's just going to be it, having a Veiler as well. Being able to crack their board going second, or going first but second here is kind of interesting. That imperm kind of goes hard, especially with the talent of being able to draw. Definitely got us the advantage there. But the spell cards of the Memento deck is just honestly just absolutely crazy. I always read these cards and I'm like, this is insane. There's also the effect that people don't realize that if the big guy is on the field, the 5,000, it's the only card you control. It actually can be attacking like a UTC type effect. It doesn't have to pay 1,000. But what you can do is you can banish the copy of Bone Party to give it piercing damage. So being able to beat over and deal some significant damage quite a lot can happen that people just don't realize. But we are going to be moving on to game 2 with Dragon Link going to be able to choose to go first or second. Not that it mattered quite much last turn. We went first, but just passed, giving them an additional card. Not being able to OTK. There might have been lines, looking back, we were talking about this, that there could have been lines where they could have won game 1 immediately. But, they didn't choose. They wanted to go for the copy of Caesar because they didn't know if we played Nib. Kind of important to play around, to be honest. You don't want to overextend your board and then just get hit with a Nibiru. You're trying to go for game. Going for the safe play sometimes can definitely help, especially in a game 1 situation like that. But we're going to be diving on to game 2 with Dragon Link choosing to go first. Will we start off with a Fiendsmith or a Dragon Link engine is the question here. We're going to see a normal summon of a Black Metal linking away into Striker Dragon here. We're going to see Black Metal's effect and activate here, searching for the copy of a Red MD. And we do have a Chaos Space in hand as well. We're going to see Chaos Space activating, sending the copy of the Black, searching for the Lubellion. And then we are going to be able to activate the effect of Lubellion to search here for a copy of a Magnamut, most likely. Magnamut can then activate banishing the copy of Black, summoning itself out, activating the effect to search her in the end phase. And then we're going to be going for the Lubellion. Lubellion's going to be able to place the copy of Regain onto the field here. And we are looking for our Mulch armies that we misplaced. Or at this point, a Light and End Dragon is what we're looking for. But they're going to go through their combo. Lubellion's going to be placing the copy of the Regain. We don't have any hand traps here, so it's not going to matter much. They're going to go Chaos Space to cut and draw, putting the Black at the bottom of the deck. Drawing into, I think they drew into the white here, which is kind of funny. But they're going to go into the copy of the Red MD by banishing the Striker Dragon. And then we're going to be summoning out the copy of the Black Metal. Choosing not to put back that Striker Dragon is interesting with the copies here of the Regain. But maybe wanting to choose a more impactful card like this, and we can banish to put back. We're going to go up to a Seals. We're going to be linking away into the copy of the Moon. Then we're going to go up into the copy of the Engraver by using Requiem here. We're going to be able to search for the copy of the white. Or we're going to search for the dark off the white here. We can banish to put back, and then we're going to activate the effect to put back that card so we can search it when it leaves the field. Getting like another little +3 is kind of nice, rather than putting back one random extra deck monster, Striker Dragon, which is a Link 1 for us here. We're going to go up into a sequence, then we're going to be able to search for the copy of the white. And we've just added a bunch of cards back and then drawing cards as well, which is really cool. We're going to go up into a Lacrimosa, which can then bring out the copy of the Engraver here. Going up into a copy of either a Beatrice or a Caesar. We're going to go for the Beatrice here, which can then detach the copy of the Engraver to send the copy of Blue Tier. And then we could link these away if we wanted to up into something else. And we do have a track as well, which can then search for the Lurie, which can summon itself out. And now we link away into a IP maybe? Going for the Silhouette Rabbit here. Amazing card from the latest set. Going to be able to set a copy of Azrael, and we're also going to activate the blue tier, being able to set a copy of D-Barrier, letting us not have access to any fusion cards during our opponent's turn. So we have to deal with a Azrael, which can negate essentially a Link monster. We have the D-Barrier stopping us from fusion, and they have a Seals as well and an Unknown in hand. So we're setting up the Engraver here, and that's just going to be linked away with the copy of the Fiendsmith for an SP, which are not going to banish any of our cards. We still have to deal with now SP, Seals, a D-Barrier, as well as an Azrael, which is essentially a Solemn Warning, and they're going to search for a copy of Baldric during the end phase. Quite nice, if I do say so myself. They'll be able to also pop a spell and trap if they do summon the copy of Azrael. They're going to go draw phase, activate the effect of D-Barrier. Needing to shotgun it right away does not matter in this matchup at all. We do we're going to activate a copy of Lightning Storm here. And we do ask, is the Azrael still a trap card? It is still a trap card, so it would be destroyed if we do flip it up. We call monsters here, so we can essentially get rid of the entire field. They're going to chain the copy of Seals, and they're going to be bouncing back the copy of SP, letting that rabbit die. Definitely do not needing the rabbit. They're still going to get the effect of Seals, being able to summon out the copy of the Druisworm here. And now they have Baldric and Druisworm, which can be able to play quite nicely with each other. We're going to be able to activate the effect of Track here, and they're going to be chaining the effect of the Azrael and summon itself out. This is essentially going to stop the Requiem from being summoned. We're going to dump the Lurie, summon up the Lurie here. And they do activate the Regan effect, summon with the Magnemite. Magnemite's going to activate the effect, getting an additional search during the end phase. We're then going to go up into the copy of Requiem. They're going to activate the trap, essentially negating the summon. So we now have used our Fiendsmith engine here. But can we continue to play? We have burned through a couple of the resources, but we have a Sleepy, which unfortunately cannot fuse. So we normal summon it and activate the effect, and we realize, yeah, we can't beat that. We have a fusion spell, and then we have a Sleepy, which wants to fuse, and a Horn Dragon. And that's going to be it for us. Unfortunately, the D-Barrier was just too much. I honestly hope that card gets banned next list. I hate that card. I think that, being able to play some cards like, yeah, in that case, he wouldn't have set D-Barrier. He would have set another card instead. DDG would have been the exact same thing at that point, essentially stopping the track, stopping any of the Memento cards. But at the same time, it's just like, maybe DDG has to go too, I don't know. I just feel like D-Barrier just cuts off entire decks. Strategies, like not even just including branded, but when you have like a bunch of cards that like lead you into fusions, there's not much that we really could do. We didn't open up any hand traps, unfortunately, and we are playing like 12 of them. So it's kind of unfortunate for us, but we're going to move on to game 3. It is what it is. This deck is definitely a cool deck. It's like a mix-up, literally just of Dragon Link and Fiendsmith cards. So if you guys want to be seeing it on the channel, it might have been posted yesterday. At the time of recording, I am messaging the guy, seeing if I can get the list. It was quite nice seeing, a fresh little deck change, from Snake Eye Fiendsmith and other Ubel Fiendsmith as well. Just seeing like an original creation is always kind of nice to see. We're going to be normal summoning the Anguich, the Memento player choosing to go first, which is me. But on activation, it's going to be able to search for a copy of any Memento monster. I do believe I already had the Tatsunoko in the hand here, but I'm searching for one. So I most likely have the Sleepy in hand here. I know I do misplay at some point in this, which I will talk about. We're going to go for the Sleepy, summon itself out. Activate the effect. They do have the copy of Imperm here, and we can chain the Bone Party. So it's going to let us summon out a copy of something of the same level or bigger. Now, I do sometimes think about summoning a different body, and I feel like I'm always misplaying when I summon out the copy of Horn Dragon. I feel like it can't be summoned. I don't know why I always feel this way, but Bone Party is just summon one, and everyone picks it up and just reads it, so unless I'm mistaken. I do have the Goblin in the hand here, so I destroy only up to level 6. But if I did not have the Goblin in the hand, I would be sending it there instead. Just trying to get more names to the graveyard. There's also no need. But if you didn't have the Bone Party, then there's not much you could really do. We're going to see the Cadix summon itself out, then activating the effect, being able to adding back the Sleepy here. And then we can activate the Sleepy effect using itself, or not using itself here, but we're going to see Sleepy summoning itself out, and then we can fuse using the Dark Blade as well as itself, or as well as the Gothic, going to the Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon's going to activate the fact destroying the copy of Sleepy, and like we're not playing through Nib at all here. We're kind of being just disrespectful to Nib. We're trying to leave the Anguish on the field so we can search for the so we can search later for the copy of off of Mace, destroying it, summoning itself out. But it just feels like super dirty to do. And we're going to see Sleepy effect destroying the copy, or sending the copy of the spell, the fusion spell here. We're activate the fusion spell, destroying itself, and they're banishing itself to destroy the twin, searching for another copy of itself here. Now, we really should try to keep the fusion spell in the hand in case they do have a copy of Nibiru. You know, they haven't used any Bestials at this point. They already used a copy of Imperm, and the best Bestial target would have been the copy of the Gatic. So they kind of just have something else here. But we're going to go for a Cross Sheep instead, and then activate the effect of the fusion spell, using it and putting back the Mace, the Ange Witch, as well as the Horn Dragon. We're putting the Gothic, we're putting back the Tachinoko, the Witch, and another one to summon out the copy of the big one here, which is going to send 3 cards to the graveyard. We're sending a copy of the Trap, the Fusion, as well as any other name that we don't already have. We're not even sending the Trap here at all. So we're going to try to search for the Trap off the copy of Mace. So we should have set the Trap here because we're going to be able to play through. And we do Reborn out the Mace here with that copy of the Cross Sheep. Now we should have done the Witch because we could have destroyed the Witch to summon, and we had summoned another body essentially. You can always summon the Goblin from the hand with the copy of the field spell. We also could have gone for an Appaloosa at some point, which is definitely a key card that we should go for when we can make a big combo like this. You know, being able to summon a copy of the of Witch there. So we could have gone Mace, or we could have gone Witch destroy itself, summon with the Mace, and you know the Trap should already be in the graveyard, so we can go directly into an Appaloosa for 3, stopping that copy of the Nibiru in hand. But we decided to kind of play greedy, which is kind of dumb. We haven't even used the field spell effect yet, which definitely is a misplay. And then here we summon out the big guy, which is not once per turn. We're going to put back the 5 to summon. And we are going to get nibbed. We have 4 left in hand. So we set 1 here. And before end of main, we do go Nibiru. And that's going to essentially wipe our board. We can't even chain the fusion because that's going to destroy cards they control as well. So we can't like destroy itself aside of summon and cheat out a body. But it is absolutely huge, a token there. I do believe we still have exactly enough to summon out the guy again because we have 2 cards in the hand, but it's going to make it so that we can't really play through anything else, which is unfortunate. You know, we have no more Memento monsters left in the graveyard or in the hand to be able to do anything else. So we should have summoned out the copy of Witch, like I said earlier, destroying itself to bring out, so we would have like another body to link up into to protect. And we do set the Bone Party there, and that's just going to be like kind of all that we have. We do flip up the Trap, you know, so we're essentially going to be having 1 negate on the field so that we can like not die to Nibiru attacking us, or not die, but losing the creation there. But they're going to Lubellion at this point, and we do Ash it there because they didn't have any Bestials during the last turn. So chances are they don't have one during this turn. But they're going to go into a copy of the Black Metal, linking away for Striker Dragon once again. They're going to be able to search for the Red MD. It's not going to matter because we cannot negate that. They could also just go up into a Moon, but having the Striker Dragon being able to be linked away just gives them another additional dark in the graveyard. Going to be banishing the black for the copy of white. And it looks like they already have the Red MD in the hand, which is quite nice for us. Linking up into an SP. SP is going to be targeting the copy of the big guy here. and they can chain block that with the white dragon, which is kind of why we have to respond with a Bone Party. And then we're going to go up into the copy of the Ange Witch. Ange Witch is going to be able to activate the effect to search. We're going to search for a Sleepy, most likely at this point. And then we can activate the Sleepy effect, send ourselves out, activating the effect to Fuse. They do chain SP on the copy of Sleepy. And then we're going to be continuing playing here. We're then going to banish the white we're going to banish the dark off the white here. Then we're going to go up into a copy of the red MD, bringing out back the Striker Dragon here. Then we're going to bring out the copy of Lubellion. Lubellion can place the Regained onto the field. And then we're going to link up into the Moon. Moon's going to be able to activate the effect going up into the Requiem. And then Requiem's going to be able to go for the copy of Engraver. And they have the whole... It's crazy how they can get into the Phoenix stuff, just like Snake Eyes can, but with the copy of Moon. We're going to go for Requiem, and then we're going to activate the effect of the Engraver. Sending the Requiem to the graveyard to remove the token. That token was absolutely huge. It was like 8,000, or 8,700, but like 8,000 defense, or 7,000 defense. It's kind of crazy. And then we are approaching time here, which is like kind of important to mention. They're going to go for the Sequence, and then Sequence, or it's going to be able to put back for the Lacrima. And then we're going to be adding the Engraver back to hand. We're going to be, and then activating the track, sending the copy of, or we're going to use the Engraver, search for track. Track's an activate effect, sending the copy of Lurie. Then we're going to be able to summon out the Lurie here. And we're going to link away, I believe, into an access code at this point, burning us for 12. And this is game 3, and we are tied currently for life points. Now we have the fusion spell in the graveyard, which can destroy the copy of Sleepy. The thing is that when they bring out the copy of SP, it's going to be like SP is going to come back at the same time, right? So it's going to be kind of problematic. They could link up into a copy of Appaloosa here, and then we'd have a little bit of a struggle to beat over that or to fight it. But at the same time, they're going to want to remove our field spell and the Anguish. It's like they're going to be able to beat over the Anguish quite easily, but the field spell is going to be able to let them trigger, or let us trigger a bunch of things. So they kind of want to remove that off the field to stop getting like that severe advantage. So we're going to go up to an access code here. We're going to activate the Lacrima effect, putting back the Fable to burn us for 12. And then they're going to be activating the access code effect, putting back and getting a draw, or banishing to pop the field spell, getting a draw as well with the copy of the Regained. And they're going to pop the Anguish there with the copy of access code. They can attack us for 43, and also being able to summon out the Engraver here. But they already activated the effect of SP, so they can't attack directly this turn. That's what I was trying to remember. So they go up into a copy of Silhouette Rabbit here, and they forgot they sided it out because they were going second. Very unfortunate there for them. They probably should have left the Acro on the field. But at the same time, if we would have a copy of Talents to be able to take it, then they would just lose the match immediately right away. We're going to be seeing End Phase is going to go up into the copy of... End Phase is going to bring back the SP as well as the Rabbit, and we do draw a Bone Party here. And for some reason, we activate the Bone Party instead of the field spell, the fusion spell in the graveyard. So this is definitely the misplay that we should have done. We should have activated the fusion spell in the graveyard, and then if they would have chained the SP, which they would have, we would have then been able to chain the copy of the Bone Party there to destroy the copy of Sleepy. Sleepy is going to be able to send the Gatic, which would then be able to summon back out a body, and then we would also be able to search off the copy of Bone Party, search for the Witch, which can then bring back out, and they would have nothing. We would have been able to OTK there, but unfortunately we misplayed, and then they'll be able to just OTK us during the next turn. which is very unfortunate. So we do see Dragon Link end up taking the game there because we misplayed not activating the fusion spell in the graveyard there. But it is what it is. Sometimes you make those misplays, but looking back, it definitely should have played it correctly. Regardless, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I want to be featuring you guys this awesome deck from Max. Being able to be doing some crazy combos there with some of the Dragon Link cards as well as the Fiendsmith stuff. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.